everybody, great day, great day. Thanks for tuning in to my YouTube channel. If you don't know, my name is Shelly. Welcome to my channel, Breaking Out of My Shell. Just wanted to come on today and talk a little bit about some of the steps I took to kind of break out of my shell and enjoy life the way I always wanted to be, reach some of my goals, maybe encourage some people to do the same thing. Maybe you're holding back from reaching your goals for whatever reason, and I was like that too, you know. So I just wanted to come on today and talk about it a little bit, just to share a little bit of my story. My name is Shelly. I am from Detroit, Michigan originally, and I moved to South Carolina, the Myrtle Beach area, which is in a town called Conway. And I did that, actually, it's been 3 years ago. 3 years ago, so I've been here for 3 years. Now, I grew up in Detroit, Michigan, all my life, and I'm about to turn 56 this year. And so all my life I've grown up in Detroit and never lived anywhere else. So 3 years ago I was almost 53, and I had been contemplating moving out of state, actually out of the country. I was gonna try to move to the Dominican Republic pre-pandemic. But when the pandemic hit, that kind of squashed those plans. But anyway, I was living in Detroit during the pandemic era, and as you know, the pandemic changed a lot of things for people. Changed a lot of lives in a lot of positive ways and in a lot of negative ways. So here I was living there, but I've always thought to myself that I would grow old in Detroit. You know, hey, I'm gonna live and die in Detroit. That was my attitude all my life, because I really didn't know any better. I mean, all I ever knew was Detroit City and the city of Detroit, and you know, every now and again we go down south to Atlanta, Georgia to visit family. I might have gone to Chicago or Ohio a couple times, but I never did any real traveling growing up. So sometimes when you're in an environment that you're so familiar with and you're so comfortable with, it's hard to see yourself being anywhere else. And that was the case with me. I always thought, I'm never going to leave Detroit. 313, for all those from Detroit, you know what that means. So, and Detroit's a beautiful city. It's always had its ups and downs. We've had bad years and bounce back. We have great years. We go, you know, bad years, and we got great years. Right now, it's thriving. It's such a beautiful city, a beautiful place to live. So, but I dreamt of being on an island or near a beach. You know, once I actually had a chance to think about where I wanted to be. You know, Detroit the winters are cold. There's a lot of things to do, but I just felt like I wanted to do something different. So, during the pandemic, you know, everybody was on lockdown. Nobody was doing any traveling or whatever, but I I wanted to think about moving somewhere else. So I did get a chance. I visited a friend of mine that lived in near the Columbia, South Carolina area. And I thought the state was a beautiful state, but it wasn't. Columbia's not near Myrtle Beach. So in early 2001, I started thinking about moving out of state and where I wanted to go, and I was, going to plan for a couple of years. So I said, you know what? I've never been to Myrtle Beach, but I think I want to live there because it's near the beach and it looks beautiful. I was online Googling pictures and videos, and I thought that'll be a great place to go. It's not too far. All my family's still in Detroit. I have my children and grandchildren that were still in Detroit, and I just kind of thought, if I move to South Carolina, I'm only a plane ride away or a road trip away or whatever. I'm not out of the country where I can't come back frequently. So I started thinking I'm gonna move to Myrtle Beach, and I'm gonna do that by the year by 2022, December 2022. So by January 2023, I was gonna be gone from Detroit. So here's what happened though. During the pandemic in 2021, I was forced to move out of my home where I was living at the time, and I was working as a caregiver, which it made okay money. It wasn't the greatest, but I was able to take care of myself and pay my rent and everything. And at the time, my rent wasn't very much, but I was forced to move out of my home because of the pandemic. And this was in July of 2021. So here I am in July of 2021. Again, I had planned to move to Myrtle Beach in December 2022. So I was going to stay in my home where I was until at least December of 2022. Well, the pandemic had other plans for me, and I had to leave. But in my mind, I was thinking, there's nowhere else in Detroit I want to move to. And I said I wanted to move to Myrtle Beach. So maybe this is a sign. Maybe I should just do it now. Well, I did. What happened is I started planning because in July I was told that I had to be out by September 1st, and this was like the mid part of July. So I literally had about 6 weeks before I had to be out of the house. And I had no idea where I was going to go, what I was going to do. But I told myself, I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move to Myrtle Beach. In 6 weeks or whatever. So I'm online and I'm looking for apartments. And I'm trying, because I've never been there, so I don't know the area, but I knew I wanted to be near the beach. If you know my story, but we'll talk about that later. I wanted to be near the beach, so I'm Googling and I'm on apartments.com and all these other websites trying to figure out where I could go, where I could move to. And I wanted, I was hoping that I was looking for a studio or something that was no more than $1,000 near the beach, but I wasn't finding it. It just so happened I knew some friends that had lived in Myrtle Beach. I was living in Detroit, and they knew people that lived in the Myrtle Beach area, specifically in Conway, and had property. So I thought, okay, this is a blessing. and I got in touch with the friends, and then I was told that they had a house for me, and I'm like, this has got to be a sign. This has got to be a sign. It's time to make your move. It's either now or never. So I started planning. I told them I could be there by October, and this was the ending part of July, early part of August. I didn't have money saved up like I wanted at all. I literally had no money saved up because I was going to start saving out. I just got done getting my credit fixed and getting a new car, and so I was going to start putting money away for my big move to Myrtle Beach in December 2022. Well, so financially I was not prepared to do this move at all, but I said, hey, I got a house. The house is way cheaper than I wanted. It's not in Myrtle Beach, but it's only about 25 minutes away, give or take traffic, 25-30 minutes away, so I can go to the beach anytime. So this is a sign. Let me go for it. So that's what I ended up doing. I spent the next couple of weeks working overtime and trying to get my funds up so that I could, pay the rent, and be able to have a little to live off of before I had to so that I can go down there and find a job or whatever. And so that's what I did. I'll tell you, it was the best thing and kind of the worst thing. So, and I'll tell you why. So here I am. I have 6 weeks to move. I don't have anything in savings, and so I'm trying to work all this overtime and trying to put this money together so that I can get ready. And I had never driven anywhere. I never driven the highway or anything of that nature before, so that was going to be a challenge for me to do. So in my mind, I just kept telling myself I'm moving to Myrtle Beach, and then I started saying it out loud to people, because I don't think people really thought that I was going to do it, because again, it was just something they thought was out of the blue. But I kept saying, "Now I'm just going to move to Myrtle Beach." I had mentioned it probably a few months earlier when I thought about the December 2022 plan to move to Myrtle Beach. And so here I am. I'm telling people, I'm saying it out loud. So it's becoming more real to myself. It's becoming more real to me because I'm trying to convince myself to do it, because I'm scared to death of getting on the road, driving to a place I've never lived before, having no family or anything around me. And so that's what I did. I worked over the next 6 weeks, and I sent money to the landlord to cover my rent for 3 months. I started setting up utilities at the property and getting things together now. So I actually ended up putting everything in my SUV, the one I'm driving now, which is it's a Dodge Journey 2018. It's got a third row, so I just packed up the whole back seat, the whole back of my car with everything that I could fit in it, everything I thought I needed. I didn't want any furniture. I didn't have any furniture to take. I just left all the stuff behind other than my clothes, some bath items, some kitchen items, and then I just got on the road and I moved. I started driving over 800 miles. I got on the road at 5 o'clock one morning, the morning that I was supposed to be here, that my lease was starting. I got on the road and I drove 14 hours by myself on the highway going to South Carolina, Conway, which is again not far from Myrtle Beach. The craziest thing I ever did in my life, the scariest thing I ever did in my life. But I took a chance. I took a chance because it was something that I wanted to do. And I thought to myself, if I don't do it now, I'll never do it. I'll just keep talking about it, keep dreaming about it. And I couldn't believe it. It felt, it was like an out-of-body experience. Going down the highway and going through the mountains and seeing all these beautiful views, and I'm just by myself, and I really couldn't believe that I was actually doing that. Like I said, it just felt like this out-of-body experience. And so there I was, on a new adventure for life. And everybody kept saying how brave I was. And I didn't see myself as brave because I was scared to death. And I didn't want to tell anybody that I was scared, but I was literally like, oh my gosh. And halfway there, I'm like, it's too late to turn around. It's too late to turn around. But I did it. I did it 3 years ago. And I'm so super proud of what I've done in taking that journey, because I showed myself that if I put my mind towards something, I can accomplish it. Now, the journey hasn't been easy because, like I said, I didn't have money saved up or anything. I paid the rent up for 3 months and tried to come down, and when I came down, I had no furniture in the house. The friends or the people I was renting from, my friend, which actually are my friends, I can go into that, my spiritual friends, spiritual brothers and sisters, they had a bed in the house for me, found a bed and put the bed in the house. But other than that, I was just bringing in boxes and being able to, and you know, just, it was just me and nothing to sit on, nothing to eat on or anything. So, but I did it, you know, and that just helped me to really appreciate that you can try something no matter how old you are. It's never too late. It's never too late to try anything new. You know, I just really am proud of myself for doing that. I've been here 3 years, like I said, and I'm still working, trying to find my way. I've gotten really familiar with the area, and being in Conway is a beautiful town, but my goal is still to have that beach view condo. And I came all the way here. I put in the work. continue to put in the work. I just want to be able to inspire anybody. If you're thinking about doing something out of the ordinary, if you have a goal and for whatever reason you're afraid to step out and meet that goal, don't be. You can do it. Don't wait late till it's too late. Don't keep putting it off. The circumstances are never going to be perfect. As you could see, the circumstances for me weren't perfect. I again had this was a COVID thing where I lost my house. I didn't have money saved up, so it wasn't ideal circumstances. I just decided, you know what? If I'm going to do it now. Don't allow time to pass by and keep saying, I'm going to wait till I save enough money, or I'm going to wait till these conditions are perfect. I'm going to wait for someone's approval. Whatever you're waiting for, don't. Do it. Get out of your own head. Make your decisions not based on fear, but based on faith. I talk myself out of a lot of things in life, and I'm grateful that I didn't talk myself out of moving to South Carolina. It was a great decision. I love it here. It's beautiful, beautiful scenery. The ocean's not too far away. And so now I'm on to my next journey. My condo on the beach. People say, people might say negative things to you and tell you, certain things are out of your reach, but I don't believe that anymore. So whatever you do in life, and wherever you are in your life, whatever goals you want to pursue in life, go out and do it. That's all I can say. Just go out and do it, because if you don't, you'll regret it. There's some things that I haven't done that I've regretted, but I'm going to do those things now. I'm going to change my own life. I'm going to change my own circumstances. I'm going to go for the things that I've always wanted to do. So hopefully this encourages you to do the same. I'm going to make sure that I come back with another video, really talk about my journey here in South Carolina, my journey for reinventing myself and breaking out of my shell in a lot of ways that I've been fearful about. So let's get it together. Let's encourage one another. If you want to go on this journey, if you want to share your journey, add some comments to the video. I'd love to hear what your goals are, what's holding you back. Like and subscribe to my channel. Share it with others that might need to hear this message to go out and get it done. Just, we're normal people, we're regular people. We don't have to be superstars. We don't have to be rich. We don't have to wait for the perfect time. You can do it being the person you are now. You can do it in the circumstances you are in right now, you can make a move. You can pursue your goal. So I wish you success on your journey. And I'm going to be sharing my journey with you as well. Thanks. That's all for right now.